Hi, welcome back to Living Foods 365. I'm Ayana,
And I'm James.
and today we are going to talk about exercise, which is one of the laws of health. And so, babe, will you tell them a little bit about the exercises that we do and how it is beneficial to the body?
Absolutely. Okay, so what we do is we do a high intensity interval training. Everybody knows HIIT, and it's a more of an anaerobic exercise opposed to an aerobic exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you the difference. When you're doing aerobic exercises, you'll be doing, walking around the track or a light jog around the track or wherever it is that you're able to go to jog.
Mm-hmm.
A trail would be beautiful. It's good to run outdoors. But if you're on a treadmill, nothing wrong with that also, because you can still burn fat either or. But the difference between aerobic and anaerobic, you're burning as the main fuel for energy is the oxygen. Now, anaerobic is a little different because not only are you going to burn oxygen as your main fuel, but you have to get in deep into the cells for that oxygen because guess what? You're constantly moving the body and it's a high intensity, hence high intensity interval training.
Mm-hmm.
And intervals means you're normally doing different types of exercises. So you're going to dig a little bit deeper into the cells and you're going to be burning glucose. And because you're burning glucose, you're going to notice that you're going to experience what they call EPOC because of all the oxygen that you're going to intake. EPOC is excess post oxygen consumption.
Right.
That means even throughout the day, because you intake all of this oxygen, and what does oxygen do? It helps with the bloodstream and it helps dilate your arteries. It doesn't constrict anything. And that's why you can also think better.
Such a common theme with the blood, huh?
Absolutely. Everything starts with the blood. And again, you got to think like 20% of your blood. Now, if you, like, I'm going to use myself as an example. I weigh 190 pounds. Out of 190 pounds, only 2 to 3% of that body weight is in the brain. So can you imagine that small percentage, but yet 20% of the blood has to pump through your brain? And that way you exercise and you have more mental clarity and you don't receive that brain fog that you normally receive.
Absolutely. So I know for a lot of people that may not be able to do high intensity interval training, we could talk a little bit about other exercises. Like I know gardening is one of the best exercises, and for us, we have some acreage and we have a push mower right now.
Yes.
And we get out there, 30 minutes, you're building up a sweat, you're working the legs, you're working the arms, and it's a really good workout. What are some other workouts that people can do if they are not ready to do HIIT, high intensity interval training?
That's a good question. Again, you can do these at home, outdoors, but listen, go ahead and do high knees raise. Go ahead and do squats, jumping jacks, or you can actually do jump rope. Jump rope might go into the high intensity. However, you can do it at your own pace and do it at certain intervals that once you get tired, by all means, take a rest. Listen, you don't want to overburden yourself and try to go too hard. So your body is definitely going to tell you when it's time to take a rest or when it's time to shut down. So that's another of those exercises that you can do. Push-ups, just simple exercises to get that blood going through the joints and get that oxygen going through the system.
Right. And recently you just posted a high intensity interval basic video on your Inspiration Through Education page, and I think what we can do is actually post that over on our Living Foods 365 page so you can see a basic HIIT, what it looks like, and see, even just start slow. If you need to modify some of the movements, modify, and even if you can only do 2 minutes of the 15 minutes, if you just get started, it will become more routine, and by 2 weeks, you'll be doing the whole 15-minute HIIT.
Absolutely. And again, we start off with a basic HIIT, high intensity interval training. That way you can actually add both at the same time, aerobic and anaerobic. Again, do it at your pace, but do the modified if you're just now getting used to or accustomed to doing exercises, and all the gyms are shut down. That doesn't stop you at all from exercising. you don't want to come out of this thing on the bad end. You want to come out of this thing on the good foot.
Yeah.
So make sure that you get your exercise in and make sure that you follow those laws.
Yes. And the last bit of information I would say is walking. If you can't do any kind of movement and you just, even modified movements are too strenuous right now, just walk. Just get outside and walk if you can. And if you can't, walk indoors. There's so many YouTube videos out there. Walk the pounds away, walk with Leslie, walk with Nick. You can just Google those on YouTube those, and you'll see the walks. It's 1 mile walks in 15 minutes. And they're fun and they're family friendly. So just walk. If you can't do anything, just walk.
Yes, and remember, walking is one of the most prime exercises, but it's the best exercise for you. Now, when you're walking, try to pick up the pace a little bit, but while you pick up the pace, make sure that you're moving your arms, because guess what? It moves every part of the body. Walking is an excellent form of exercises. Don't overlook that.
Yeah.
It's excellent.
Yeah, and especially after a meal.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yes. You got to get that. What is it called?
Digestive walk.
Digestive walk, okay?
Yeah.
And that's going to help the digestive system. It's going to help when you go to sleep, because your stomach is not going to be moving and trying to digest different foods with the gastric juices. So listen, walking, exercise. And remember, we always love to say healthy I'm sorry. Healthy habits equal a healthy lifestyle. Talk to you soon.
Take care.
Bye-bye.